Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging headfirst into a story that really asks us to rethink what we consider success and belonging. We're looking at a fascinating collision of two worlds, the seemingly privileged, pre-planned existence of a good girl from the elite Garnet College,
Right.
and the gritty, hard knocks reality of a townie from the coastal community of Avalon Bay.
Yeah, two very different starting points.
Exactly. And this isn't just, a typical romance. It's a narrative packed with unexpected connections, defiant choices, and the messy, exhilarating process of building a life on your own terms.
That messiness is key, I think.
Totally. So our mission today is to unpack how these seemingly opposite lives intertwine. We want to reveal some surprising insights about authenticity, the true cost of secrets, and the profound power of self-discovery.
Absolutely.
We'll explore how breaking free from inherited expectations can lead to a legacy far more meaningful than anything simply handed down.
Indeed, we're examining a truly compelling case study here. It's about personal evolution, really, and the often unforeseen ways that challenging our preconceived notions can lead to profound growth. What's particularly intriguing here is how the external pressures and the deeply personal internal desires of our two main characters, Mackenzie and Cooper, ultimately push them to question everything they thought they knew.
Everything.
These forces don't just shift their individual paths, they lead them to forge something entirely new together, something entirely theirs, which is, I think, a powerful and very human message for anyone grappling with their own life script.
Yeah, definitely speaks to that universal feeling. Okay, so let's begin by setting the scene. Let's meet our main players in their natural habitats.
Good place to start.
We'll start with Cooper Hartley. He's a self-described townie from Avalon Bay. He works as a bartender at Joe's Beachfront Bar, right?
That's the spot.
And his primary clientele, he calls them, quite pointedly, seasonal parasites. The rich college kids from Garnet.
Yeah, he doesn't mince words.
Not at all. And he lives in this family beach house, generations old, that's clearly in disrepair, but holds immense sentimental value. It's sort of a reflection of his roots and the struggles of his community, isn't it?
It really is. And, this isn't really a job for Cooper. It's a constant visceral encounter with a deeply entrenched class divide. That divide fuels his cynicism, his resentment.
You can feel it.
Oh, yeah. His description of the rich college kids as an invasive species that uses us locals up, sucks us dry, and leaves their garbage behind. That's more than just a passing thought. It's like a core tenet of his worldview.
It's almost biological the way he phrases it.
Exactly. And this stark metaphor fundamentally shapes his perception of the clones from Garnet. He sees them as inherently entitled, careless, constantly flashing daddy's credit card money without a second thought.
Right.
The relentless grind of catering to these perceived outsiders, while struggling to keep his own family legacy, that crumbling beach house afloat, it just reinforces his desperate desire for something more, to escape a cycle that seems to perpetually bind his community to serving these guys.
And you can really feel that simmering frustration in his internal monologue. He recalls a moment where some clone barks slapping a credit card down on the sticky, wet wood of the bar top like I should be impressed. Really, he's just another typical Garnet fuckhead who walks straight out of a Sperry catalog. I mean, that visceral reaction, the immediate labeling, it speaks volumes about the depth of his ingrained prejudice.
It really does.
It sets up a significant challenge he'll face later. How do you reconcile such strong beliefs with an individual who might actually defy them?
That's the crux of it for him.
And his internal rules for service are incredibly telling, too, he thinks. Locals get served first, without exception.
Loyalty?
Followed by regulars who tip well, people who are polite, hot women, little old ladies, and then the rest of these overfed jackasses.
Quite the hierarchy.
It's not just about efficiency, is it? It's like this quiet act of rebellion, a way to reclaim some agency and show allegiance to his community. It's a clear marker of who he deems worthy of respect.
Yeah, a small way to push back.
And it's not just him. He observes his friend Steph, who's constantly getting grabbed and groped and having all manner of vulgarity slithered into her ear over the screech of the blaring music. That detail just emphasizes the pervasive disrespect and entitlement that he and his community face daily. It really reinforces his hardened worldview.
Exactly. Cooper's lived experiences and these deep-seated feelings of being used and disrespected are absolutely going to heavily influence his initial actions and perceptions, especially when he inevitably encounters Mackenzie.
Definitely sets the stage.
His entire worldview is fundamentally shaped by this dynamic of the haves versus the have-nots, and it predisposes him to certain biases and reactions. It's almost a self-preservation mechanism, a way to cope with the perceived injustice of his reality.
But one that also blinds him initially.
Precisely. It limits his ability to see individuals beyond their group labels.
Okay, so we've got a clear picture of Cooper's entrenched world, defined by class struggle, loyalty, maybe a bit of bitterness. But what about Mackenzie? How does her seemingly opulent background actually create a different kind of trap? Maybe mirroring some of Cooper's feelings of being constrained, but from, the complete opposite direction.
That's such a crucial question because Mackenzie Cabot's world, at first glance, couldn't be more different. She's a freshman at Garnet College, but she's 2 years older than most of her peers because she took a gap year.
Right.
She's attending a school her parents basically chose for her as part of a deal she made with them so she could work on her business first.
And that business is no small thing.
Not at all. It's a hugely successful website called Boyfriend Fails, which, astonishingly, has 7 figures in its business checking account.
Wow.
Yeah. Not exactly your average college side hustle. Which immediately tells you she's different from her peers, certainly different from Cooper's perception of the clones.
And this is where that gilded cage idea really comes into focus, isn't it? Despite her remarkable entrepreneurial success, her obvious intelligence, Mackenzie feels trapped, profoundly bored by college life, actually. She dismisses it as bullshit.
Total bullshit, in her view.
Her existence is largely dictated by her influential parents. Her father's a U.S. congressman, right?
Yep. High-profile family.
And they have a very specific plan for her. This plan includes graduating, marrying Preston Kincaid.
Preston.
Whose family are Garnet legacies and longtime friends with hers. And then she's supposed to focus on charity work, essentially becoming, as she sees it, a trophy wife, a political accessory.
Just fitting into their narrative.
Exactly. And she yearns desperately for recognition as an individual, for a life that is her own, not just a pawn in their political and social games, a role she feels like she's been groomed for without any real personal input.
And this internal conflict, this, dissonance between her external circumstances and her internal desires, it's palpable. When she thinks freshman gen eds are bullshit, I'm stuck in a lecture hall staring at an illustration of some hairy, naked, pre-human ape-man, none of which benefits my bank account. It's not just boredom talking.
No, it's deeper.
It's a fundamental mismatch between her innate drive for practical, tangible achievement, which she clearly has, and the passive, preordained path laid out for her. It highlights a core difference between her and her peers.
Yeah.
They're there for the college experience. She's there because she has to be.
Right, obligation.
But her business, Boyfriend Fails. That's where her real passion and talent lie. Her roommate Bonnie's excited recognition of the site. Boyfriend Fails. Holy shit, my girls and I probably spent more time reading those senior year than doing our homework. That validates Mackenzie's entrepreneurial genius and impact.
Yeah, an impact her parents seem completely blind to.
Totally blind. Their superficiality is just heartbreakingly evident when she notes, my birthday cards are issued by their personal staffs. My report cards and permission slips were signed by employees.
Oof, that's cool.
It is. She even goes so far as to say, honestly, though, I don't think they'd notice if I were replaced with a totally different daughter, recast in my own life. That's not hyperbole. That's the psychological impact of feeling utterly invisible and interchangeable to the very people who are supposed to love you most.
Wow. Recast in her own life.
And the plan, with Preston, it's laid out with chilling simplicity in her mind. Our parents have been friends for years, so after we'd been dating a while, it was sort of understood that eventually we were going to graduate, get married, all that, the plan.
The plan.
It's not a choice. It's like an institutional arrangement. It just highlights her complete lack of agency in her own future.
It's such a profound contrast. Cooper fighting against economic limits, Mackenzie against these, suffocating expectations. What's truly fascinating here is how both characters, despite their vastly different circumstances, share that similar profound feeling of being trapped or underestimated.
Yes, exactly.
Cooper by his socioeconomic status and the prejudices he faces, and Mackenzie by her preordained elite path and her parents' rigid vision. This shared undercurrent of wanting more, of craving genuine agency and recognition beyond their current roles. That's a powerful driver for their eventual convergence, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It shows that feeling constrained, feeling like you're not truly living your own life, isn't exclusive to any one economic or social stratum. It's a universal human experience. Both Cooper and Mackenzie, from their opposite ends of the spectrum, are searching for an escape from their respective boxes. This shared yearning, even if they don't recognize it in each other initially, is the underlying engine that will drive their story forward. It pushes them towards choices they might never have considered otherwise.
Okay, so the stage is set. Now let's explore how these two seemingly opposite worlds actually begin to intertwine. It starts, interestingly, with a quest for rebellion on one side and a less than honorable plan brewing on the other. Mackenzie's free-spirited roommate, Bonnie, decides they need to find bad boys to spice up their mundane college experience.
Classic Bonnie.
She sets her sights on the notorious Hartley twins from Avalon Bay, whose exploits are apparently campus legends.
Yeah, they have a reputation.
And Bonnie literally drags a somewhat reluctant Mackenzie from bar to bar in search of them.
Bonnie acts as a crucial catalyst here. Almost like an archetype, you know. She's not just a fun-loving roommate. She's the embodiment of a kind of carefree rebellion that Mackenzie, with her rigidly structured life, hasn't really dared to explore.
Good point.
This quest for bad boys isn't merely a frivolous hunt for superficial thrills. For Mackenzie, it's a subconscious, maybe even nascent rebellion against her own safe and predictable relationship with Preston. It's her first real exposure to a different world. A different type of man than she's ever known. It broadens her horizons in a way her college classes or family expectations never could. It's like a cautious step outside that gilded cage.
Bonnie is definitely the instigator. She's got this charming, almost reckless abandon. She excitedly declares, "Oh, I've done my research. Rumor has it Avalon Bay's got exactly what I need, the Hartley twins."
She's on a mission.
Her charm is almost like a superpower. Mackenzie observes, "I've watched her charm one guy after the other without even lifting a pinky. She simply bats her eyelashes at men, gives them a little giggle, a hair twirl, and they're ready to harvest their own mothers for organs."
Wow, that's quite the image.
Right. This observation highlights Bonnie's social prowess, but also, by contrast, Mackenzie's own reserved demeanor. Maybe a touch of insecurity there, too. She feels entirely overshadowed, admitting, "Standing next to Bonnie Mae Beauchamp, I might as well be a broken bar stool."
Oh, poor Mackenzie.
This playful hunt, though, it directly leads to Mackenzie's fateful meeting with Cooper. But, and this is crucial, there's that hidden agenda on Cooper's part that complicates everything right from the very start.
And that hidden agenda is rooted deeply in the class divide and the profound sense of injustice we talked about earlier. Cooper gets unfairly fired from his bartending job after intervening when Preston Kincaid Mackenzie's entitled boyfriend harasses his friend and colleague, Steph.
Right, the catalyst.
It's not just a minor incident, it's a stark display of power. A rich college kid leveraging his influence to punish a townie who dared to stand up to him. So, in retaliation, Cooper and his close-knit group of friends, his brother Evan, Steph, Heidi, Alana, they cook up this plan.
The revenge plot.
Exactly. Cooper is supposed to seduce Preston's girlfriend, Mackenzie, and then publicly dump her, humiliating Preston. In this calculated scheme, Cooper initially sees Mackenzie as nothing more than a means to an end.
Just a pawn in his game.
Pretty much.
Wow! That reveals the darker, more volatile side of the townie versus clone dynamic, doesn't it? The firing is just such a clear, infuriating example of the wealthy using their power with impunity. It shows that real world Preston mentioned, but not in a good way.
Not at all.
The revenge plot, I mean, it's desperate and misguided, sure, but it's Cooper's attempt to reclaim some agency, some dignity after being treated so unjustly.
It's an act born out of powerlessness, absolutely. Trying to inflict pain on a symbol of the system that hurts him.
And his willingness to use Mackenzie reflects that deep-seated resentment, that belief that all clones are just as superficial and undeserving as Preston. It's an act of vengeance that kind of blinds him to her as an individual.
Yeah, you really see the direct catalyst for this revenge in Preston's venomous outburst. "You stupid townie trash. I want this psycho fired." And then his parting shot. "See, townie, that's how the real world works."
Ugh, brutal.
It's not just an insult. It's like a declaration of war, a reinforcement of the social hierarchy that Cooper despises. Evan, Cooper's brother, provides the clear reasoning for the plot. He's got it coming. We'd be doing a community service to bust him down a peg. He took a pound of flesh from you. We take 2 from him.
A pound of flesh, that eye for an eye mentality.
Definitely. They discover Preston's girlfriend through Alana, who finds heart emojis and all the performative saccharine bullshit that are the telltale signs of a cheater overcompensating on his social media. Information that, in their eyes, just further justifies their actions against Preston.
So they feel righteous about it.
In a twisted way, yeah. Cooper's internal justification is chillingly direct. I went into this with bad intentions, treated her as a means for revenge against Kincaid. Karma's a bitch.
Wow.
This plan, of course, introduces a huge layer of deception and conflict into the relationship that starts to bloom between Cooper and Mackenzie. It sets up emotional fallout that is bound to be explosive, especially given Mackenzie's own history of feeling used and invisible.
Right, it hits her right where she's vulnerable. But here's where it gets really interesting, where the story truly becomes the deep dive. Despite this whole underlying revenge plot and Cooper's hardened cynicism, something unexpected starts to happen.
The human element creeps in.
Totally. Cooper and Mackenzie develop this powerful, undeniable connection. Their initial interactions, they're characterized by witty banter, heated arguments, but also this strong physical attraction.
Sparks fly.
Yeah. And Cooper, surprisingly, finds himself increasingly intrigued by Mackenzie. He starts to see beyond his clone prejudice.
And what's truly fascinating here is how genuine chemistry, that authentic engagement, can override even the most calculated intentions. Their arguments, rather than driving them apart, become this unique and incredibly engaging form of communication.
Like sparring partners.
Exactly. A way to test boundaries, to probe, to discover depth in each other that polite, superficial conversation might never reveal. It's a testament to their strong personalities and quick wits. Cooper, who thought he knew everything about clones, starts to struggle significantly with his deceptive intentions because his genuine feelings for Mackenzie are growing. She just doesn't fit the mold he'd created for her.
She breaks the stereotype.
She does. And this kind of dynamic often signifies a deeper, more authentic connection beneath the surface. One built on mutual challenge and respect rather than easy agreement or preconceived notions. It challenges the very idea that a plan can control true human connection.
Their very first conversation is just electric. It's filled with tension, undeniable sparks. Cooper provokes her with that bet, right, that she'll leave with him within an hour.
Cocky move.
Totally. But her equally spirited pushback shows her fire, her refusal to be easily dismissed. It quickly becomes clear she's not the passive clone he expected. Expert, when Cooper makes that provocative bet and Mackenzie immediately matches his energy, I found myself wondering, was he genuinely insightful? Or just like pushing buttons? What does that initial back and forth really tell us about their dynamic, even then?
That's a great point. I think it's probably a bit of both. Cooper's initial insight: you're an attractive woman alone in a crowded bar with your face glued to your phone because there's somewhere else you'd rather be. You're so desperate for a good time, you're secretly glad I walked over here. It comes from a place of cynical observation. It's a tool to manipulate initially.
Right. Part of the player.
He's trying to get under her skin, to expose what he perceives as a superficial loneliness.
Yeah.
But what's remarkable is that this cynical assessment accidentally uncovers the truth about Mackenzie, her inner dissatisfaction, her yearning for something more authentic than her current reality.
He hits a nerve without realizing it.
Exactly. It reveals his surprising ability to see beyond the surface, even if his motives are initially, well, less than pure. And her reaction, her spirited pushback, signals to him immediately that she's not some docile clone. She's a challenge, an intellectual sparring partner, which immediately sets her apart in his mind.
Okay, that makes sense.
And their playful, flirtatious dynamic is perfectly captured in that text exchange about scone porn. Remember that? She jokes, "Me. It's mostly eating scones off the pages of the Wall Street Journal. Cooper, you people are fucked up."
Yeah, classic.
These aren't just cute exchanges. They're moments where their guards drop, where their genuine personalities start to peek through the cynicism and the expectations. But Cooper's growing internal conflict is undeniable. He acknowledges the plan is to break up her and Kincaid. For that to work, she has to be invested. But then he admits, "I'm starting to wonder if I'm in over my head."
Oh, the doubt creeps in.
That's the moment the mask starts to slip. A real, unplanned connection takes hold, forcing him to confront his own prejudices and, frankly, his feelings.
Okay, so as Cooper is struggling with his deceit and these unexpected, deepening feelings, Mackenzie embarks on her own journey, a journey of self-liberation, proving she's more than just a good girl following someone else's plan. This is her metamorphosis, really, breaking the mold.
Okay.
And it all starts, surprisingly, with a dilapidated building, a symbol of ruin, maybe, but also forgotten potential. Mackenzie discovers the abandoned, hurricane-damaged Beacon Hotel on the boardwalk. It's a condemned hotel, but she feels this undeniable pull towards it.
Like it's calling to her.
Yeah. Despite its derelict state, she envisions restoring it, turning it into a 5-star resort. It symbolizes her deep desire for a meaningful, self-directed project, something hers.
Tangible, real.
And crucially, she reveals that her wealth comes from her highly successful Boyfriend Fails and Girlfriend Fails websites. Not her family's trust fund, which is what everyone assumes.
Big reveal. Changes everything.
She approaches the owner, Lydia Tanner, and makes this heartfelt commitment to preserve the hotel's original character.
This truly marks Mackenzie's definitive turning point. The hotel isn't just another business venture. It's a profound reclamation of her identity. It's a tangible manifestation of her ambition and vision, entirely independent of her parents' stifling control.
It's her flag in the ground.
Exactly. It's a project that genuinely excites her, filling that itch for something more that her existing, somewhat automated business no longer provides. It offers a tangible future that is entirely hers.
And the fact that her wealth is self-made, not inherited or controlled by her family, adds another powerful layer to her capability and autonomy. It proves she's a force in her own right, not just a beneficiary of her family's fortune.
Absolutely. It's about building, not just inheriting, which connects thematically, interestingly enough, to Cooper's own yearning for a self-made legacy away from his family's troubled past.
That's a great connection. Her description of the hotel paints such a vivid picture of forgotten grandeur. A quaint, late Victorian-style hotel. It's white with green trim, and the entire backside of the building had been gutted by storm surge.
You can picture it.
But her vision transcends the damage. She pictures guests sitting on the veranda in rocking chairs, sipping wine, and watching the tide roll in. I saw it so clearly. This isn't just a business plan. It's a romantic, deeply personal dream.
It's got soul.
Lydia Tanner's terms are clear. My only terms are that whoever buys my hotel has to preserve the intent, maintain the character. And Mackenzie's promise is equally firm. I can commit to restoring everything as close to original as possible. This commitment isn't just to the building, it's a commitment to integrity, right? To honoring history while building a future, kind of a mirror to her own desire to honor her true self.
Definitely put, yeah.
The most telling moment, perhaps, is when Cooper, still operating under the assumption she's just a trust fund kid, asks about her finances. And she proudly states, "I can't touch my trust fund until I'm 25, then reveals, "I built that website, Boyfriend Fails, which spun off to Girlfriend Fails."
Boom. Drops the mic.
And Cooper's reaction, just one word, "Mackenzie, that's badass."
And coming from Cooper, Mr. Anti-Clone.
Exactly. That one word from him, a representative of the world she's trying to break into, feels more validating than any praise she's likely ever received from her parents.
Oh, absolutely. Huge moment for her.
So this hotel project, now intertwined with her true identity, immediately becomes the primary source of conflict with Preston. It highlights their entirely incompatible visions for her future.
The collision course is set.
This blossoming independence leads directly to a pivotal confrontation with Preston. This is where the gilded cage finally reveals its true constricting nature. Mackenzie, feeling guilty about kissing Cooper, initially tries to confess to Preston.
Wants to come clean.
Yeah. However, Preston's reaction to her hotel project isn't just dismissive, it's incredibly condescending.
Ugh. Predictable maybe, but still awful.
He then reveals his truly controlling nature and his deeply traditional plan for her life. Be his wife, focus on charity work, raise their family, while he is unequivocally the breadwinner.
Puts her right back in that box.
And Mackenzie also, disturbingly, learns about Preston's casual infidelity and how cavalierly he and his friends view cheating.
The mask really comes off.
Completely.
This is the critical moment. Mackenzie fully understands the extent of the gilded cage she's been living in. Preston's so-called forgiveness for her kiss with Cooper is entirely conditional on her falling back into line, abandoning her aspirations.
No room for her dreams.
None. His disdain for her entrepreneurial ambition, calling it a stupid distraction and a hobby, isn't just a dismissal of her project. It's a profound lack of respect for her as an individual with her own dreams and capabilities.
It's insulting.
Deeply. It highlights the fundamental incompatibility between them. He sees a wife, a role. She sees herself as a partner, a person. The casual acceptance of cheating among his social circle, dismissed as extracurricular, isn't just shocking morally. It exposes the hypocrisy and emptiness of the life laid out for her, a life she now sees with chilling clarity.
Yeah, that extracurricular line is just, wow.
It's not just one incident. It's the window into the entire culture she's expected to inhabit, one built on appearances and superficiality.
Her initial guilt about kissing Cooper is palpable. She thinks, I do care about Preston, not only because we've been together so long, he's a stable presence in my life.
Trying to rationalize, maybe.
But Preston shatters that stability, not with anger about her kiss, but with outright contempt for her dreams. His dismissal of the hotel is immediate and harsh. You're not serious. It's a dump, a teardown at best.
Crushing.
He accuses her. Did you even think for 2 seconds before leveraging your trust fund for this stupid distraction? Again, that assumption that she can't accomplish anything without inherited wealth.
He doesn't see her success at all.
And then his true expectations for her are laid bare. You agreed I'd be the breadwinner in the relationship while you focused on charity work and raising our family. His patronizing tone makes her blood boil. That visceral reaction signifies the irreversible shift within her.
The switches flip.
And his friend's perspective on cheating, where she's definitely wifey material, all you need to worry about is locking that down and getting the ring, everything else is extracurricular, is truly shocking, isn't it?
It frames her value purely in terms of her status as a wife-to-be.
Yeah.
Not as a person. It's objectification, plain and simple.
Yeah. Preston's own admission, when asked if cheating is unusual, with that casual shrug and, for some people, just seals her disillusionment. This all becomes undeniable. It solidifies Mackenzie's resolve to break free, not just from Preston, but from the entire future her family envisioned for her.
Exactly. This confrontation isn't merely a relationship stat. It's Mackenzie finally seeing the true nature of the life that was planned for her. It's the moment she realizes the plan was never about her happiness or fulfillment, but about maintaining appearances and fulfilling a predetermined role.
Mm-hmm.
Preston's behavior is the final, undeniable proof that the gilded cage offers no room for her authentic self. This realization is crucial for her journey of self-liberation. It provides the motivation she needs to make truly radical changes.
And break free she does. In a series of powerful, decisive acts, Mackenzie confronts Preston at a family dinner, an event already designed, you feel, to reinforce her parents' control.
Right, the perfect stage for defiance.
She accuses him of cheating and declares, unequivocally, I'm done. She then informs her mother, quite defiantly, that she's seeing someone else.
Doesn't hold back.
Not at all. Takes the ultimate step, drops out of Garnet College, and is consequently tossed out of her dorm room by the administration. And where does she seek refuge? Surprisingly, at Cooper's house.
Wow. Full circle, in a way.
Yeah.
This is such a powerful, cathartic act of defiance from Mackenzie, a complete rejection of her good girl persona and all the expectations that came with it. She actively rejects both her parents' suffocating control and Preston's restrictive vision for her life.
Burns the bridges.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Dropping out of college, despite her parents' significant financial and social investment, is a bold, undeniable statement of autonomy. It's a choice with immediate, tangible consequences that she embraces. Her choice to go to Cooper's house, even after their complicated history and his prior deception, which she doesn't fully know about yet, right?
Not the full extent, no.
Okay. Still, it signifies her growing trust in her own desires and the undeniable pull she feels towards him, flaws and all. It's a leap into the unknown, choosing an unpredictable future over a predictable, suffocating one. This is indeed that good girl complex breaking point, that deep-seated societal pressure to be agreeable, compliant, prioritize others' expectations. It just snaps.
Yeah.
Here, the internal cost of maintaining external approval finally outweighs the fear of judgment. It's a profound act of self-love, choosing her own truth.
You can almost feel her mother's entitlement in that seemingly polite dinner invitation. Your father and I would like to take you and Preston to dinner this evening. How is 7 o'clock? Arranged without consulting Mackenzie, as if her schedule and feelings are just irrelevant.
Exactly. Presumptuous.
But Mackenzie's declarations are clear and strong. An absolute refusal to be dictated to. To Preston, you're cheating on me, Preston. I'm done. There's someone else. And to her mother, a woman who has never truly seen her. I won't get back together with Preston. Besides, I'm seeing someone else.
Takes back control.
Her expulsion from Garnet is a direct, swift consequence. You have no business squatting in a dorm room if I'm not a student here. But this isn't a defeat, it's a liberation. Her new mindset, exemplified by her internal thought, I don't give a shit what he thinks. I also don't give a shit what you think. Stop texting me. That's to Preston. Is one of pure, unadulterated freedom.
Yeah, that's the sound of chains breaking.
It really is.
And her going to Cooper's house, despite the unresolved issues, is a testament to the authentic connection they forged, even under duress. It suggests that deep down, she trusts his character, or the potential she sees in him, more than the stability offered by her family or Preston.
Interesting point.
This shift can be terrifying, embracing that exhilaration of uncertainty, but ultimately it's profoundly empowering. She's choosing the messiness of genuine connection over the sterile perfection of a pre-written life.
Okay, so Mackenzie embraces her newfound, albeit chaotic, freedom. But meanwhile, Cooper is simultaneously grappling with his own family demons. And the secret he's been keeping from Mackenzie is about to explode, threatening everything they've started to build.
Yeah, the past always catches up, doesn't it?
Seems like it. This is where we delve into the complexities of Cooper's family, revealing the deep wounds that have shaped his cynical worldview. His twin brother, Evan, becomes increasingly volatile, drinking more, getting into fights, fueled by his long-standing resentment of the clones from Garnet.
Evan's struggling, clearly.
And their estranged mother, Shelley, reappears. She offers this fleeting, cruel illusion of family before stealing Cooper's emergency fund, $12,000, and leaving again.
Oh, man. That's brutal, just devastating.
In stark contrast, though, Cooper's uncle, Levi, offers unwavering support and a concrete opportunity to partner in his construction business, actively encouraging Cooper to formalize his furniture-making skills.
Levi, the stable one, the lifeline.
Yeah.
This section really delves into the deep-seated intergenerational issues that have truly shaped Cooper's life and his cynical worldview. Evan's self-destructive behavior isn't just adolescent rebellion, it's a reflection of their traumatic past abandonment, poverty, the persistent unaddressed class divide in Avalon Bay. His anger at the clones becomes a destructive outlet for deeper pain.
Misdirected anger.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Shelley's betrayal. It's a crushing blow, not just financially, but emotionally. It reinforces Cooper's ingrained belief that he's constantly dragged down by his past and by people's unreliability, especially those closest to him.
Reopens old wounds.
Big time. It's a rewounding that makes him even more guarded and fearful of vulnerability. But Levi, he stands in stark contrast. He represents stability, trust, a legitimate path to a future. He offers a way for Cooper to build a legacy he's proud of, something truly his own, unlike the broken inheritance of his house or the destructive familial patterns he's always tried to escape.
He's the beacon of hope within that family, maybe?
Absolutely.
The details here really underscore the immense impact these events have on Cooper. Evan's behavior is profoundly concerning. Cooper notes, lately he's been finding more excuses to start fights. Always in a pissy mood. Drinking more. This shit's getting old. It's a downward spiral that clearly weighs heavily on Cooper.
Yeah, adding to his burden.
Shelley's brief return seems almost designed to inflict maximum pain and just dash any hopes. She shows up, feigns interest, then later is caught creeping into the kitchen with a duffel bag stealing his money.
Unbelievable cruelty.
Cooper's anguish over the theft is palpable. She stole it, my emergency fund, every last dollar. Took me years.
This wasn't just disposable income, it was his hope, right? His buffer against the precarity of his life.
Everything he'd scraped together.
And his internal struggle with pressing charges is heartbreaking. Honestly, fucked up. She's my mom, I don't want to think about her getting thrown in jail. It just reveals the enduring, complex bonds of family, even when it's toxic.
Yeah, that loyalty, even when it hurts him.
Yet, amidst this chaos, Levi offers that beacon of hope. I'm restructuring the company, bringing your furniture business under the new H&S umbrella. Equal partners. I want to make sure you boys have a legacy you're proud of in this town.
Wow, a real chance.
And Cooper feels profoundly no one has ever invested anything in us before. These deep emotional wounds from his family history, particularly his mother's betrayal, they contribute significantly to his fear of vulnerability and his initial reluctance to fully trust or be truthful with Mackenzie. It makes his deception not just a plot point, but a deeply ingrained defense mechanism. Absolutely. This backdrop of family trauma and economic struggle is crucial for understanding Cooper's choices. His initial revenge plot against Preston, and by extension Mackenzie, isn't just born of petty anger, but from a lifetime of feeling powerless and used.
Right. Systemic frustration.
It's an attempt to lash out at the system that continually punishes him and his loved ones. The reappearance and betrayal of his mother only solidify his deep-seated trust issues and fear of being abandoned or exploited. It makes it incredibly difficult for him to open up and be honest, even with someone he's clearly growing to care for.
Which makes the inevitable revelation even more impactful. All these internal and external pressures collide at the annual Boardwalk Festival. This leads to the story's emotional climax.
The breaking point.
Cooper and Mackenzie share this intense, passionate kiss on a bungee ride. After Cooper, with a mischievous grin and that loaded history, calls in the bet he made when they first met.
Cashes in his marker.
High above the boardwalk, it's a moment of raw, uninhibited connection. Later, though, at a party, the joy is just shattered. Heidi accidentally reveals crucial details of the original revenge plot to Mackenzie, exposing Cooper's carefully guarded deception. Mackenzie is, understandably, heartbroken and furious.
This is truly the emotional climax, a moment of startling, almost cruel contrast. The kiss on the bungee ride, a moment of raw passion and vulnerability high above the world where they're suspended between sky and sea, is immediately followed by the devastating sting of betrayal that brings Mackenzie crashing right back down to earth.
The highest high to the lowest low.
Exactly. Cooper's long-held secret, originally intended to protect him and humiliate Preston, instead causes immense, profound pain to the woman he has undeniably come to love. Mackenzie feels like a pansy again. Humiliated. Used. It echoes her experience with Preston and her own family's manipulation.
It's all her triggers.
And the complicity of Cooper's friends, whom she had started to trust, and who represented her first genuine connection to Avalon Bay. That makes it even worse, as she thinks everyone I thought was my friend to lie to. It truly deepens her sense of betrayal and isolation. It creates this chasm of broken trust.
That bungee ride kiss is described with incredible tension and burgeoning romance. Cooper calls in, "Your marker, the bet we made, remember? The night we met, well, I won, and I know what I want as repayment. Kiss me."
Bold.
And they do, high above the boardwalk, a powerful symbol of their soaring emotions. But the joy is so short-lived. Heidi's accidental reveal is devastating in its casualness. She mentions Cooper's plan to get her and Kincaid in the same place, let him see you two together, and then dump her in public. Make it dramatic.
Oh, Heidi.
No. Mackenzie's reaction is visceral, an internal plummet, she thinks. Sheer betrayal, and now I get it. Reading her face, I feel like I'm falling. It's like that second when our brains jerk inside our skulls and we experience a frozen moment of terror before the descent because we know this is going to hurt.
Chilling description of that feeling.
Her accusation to Cooper is raw, cutting right to the heart of her pain. "You humiliated me. You made me look like an idiot. You could have told me the truth months ago. Instead, you let everyone laugh at me behind my back. You put me in this perfect little glass house of bullshit for your own amusement."
She lays it all out. The humiliation is key.
Cooper's remorse is immediate and profound. It's a testament to his changed heart. But holy fucking shit, it hurts worse than I ever could have imagined, the thought of losing Mackenzie. I made a terrible mistake, and I thought if you didn't find out, it wouldn't hurt you. I wanted to protect you.
The classic, flawed reasoning, protecting them by lying.
He learns in that moment that the lie itself, regardless of intent, is the ultimate wound.
This moment raises critical questions about the very nature of trust and forgiveness, doesn't it? When a relationship is built on a lie, even if genuine feelings become undeniable, how do you repair that foundation? It's tough. The pain of betrayal is often amplified, as it is here, when it comes from someone you've come to trust and love. Especially when others are complicit. It's not just the act of lying. It's the feeling of being made a fool of being an object in someone else's scheme. That resonates so deeply with Mackenzie's past experiences. This wound goes very, very deep and demands a significant act of redemption, not just a simple apology.
Right, words aren't enough. Okay, so after the painful fallout of the truth, the big question is, can Cooper and Mackenzie find a way to bridge this chasm of betrayal? Can they build a future based on honesty and shared dreams?
The million-dollar question.
In the immediate aftermath, Mackenzie, true to her newfound strength, leaves Cooper's house, takes their rescued puppy, Daisy, with her.
Takes the dog. That's serious.
Definitely. She refuses to speak to Cooper for weeks, even returns any gifts he sends. Cooper's heartbroken, desperate to win her back, realizing the depth of his genuine love for her, a love now tainted by his own actions. Even his friends, including Evan, eventually urge him to think bigger than simple gestures.
Mackenzie's departure and her firm refusal to engage really highlight the profound depth of her hurt. And importantly, the strength of her resolve not to be played for a fool again. This isn't the old Mackenzie who would quietly accept her fate.
No way.
Cooper's despair and persistent, almost agonizing efforts clearly demonstrate his genuine remorse and the immense, profound impact Mackenzie has had on him. This period of separation is crucial. It forces Cooper to confront the true consequences of his actions and to genuinely understand the depth of his feelings.
He has to sit with it.
Exactly. And his friend's shift from complicity in the revenge plot to now encouraging him to fight for Mackenzie shows their recognition of his true feelings and Mackenzie's undeniable value. It suggests a broader shift in perspective within his circle as well. They realize maybe that even revenge isn't worth sacrificing true connection.
Mackenzie's stance is unwavering. She tells him with absolute clarity, "There's nothing left to fix. I'm going into the house and I'm packing up my stuff and I'm leaving."
Ouch, finality.
Cooper's anguish is visceral. She's gone. I wish I'd known then how hard it would be now to miss Mackenzie Cabot. He observes her strong will, noting, "The stubborn woman continues to act as if I don't exist." This isn't just an observation. It's a new respect for her strength, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. He sees her power now.
His uncle Levi, ever the practical voice of reason, offers crucial advice. He tells Cooper, "You're not winning back a girl like that with candy and flowers. You need to think bigger."
Wise words from Levi.
It's profound, right? It's about understanding Mackenzie's values, her dreams, her need for genuine respect, not just making amends with superficial gestures. This desperation for forgiveness, coupled with Levi's wisdom, is what truly drives Cooper to a creative and incredibly public act of apology, one tailored specifically to Mackenzie's heart and her dreams.
Levi's advice is a turning point for Cooper. It makes him understand that to truly win Mackenzie back, he has to acknowledge and validate her, not just apologize for his own mistake. He has to demonstrate that he sees her for who she truly is, an independent, ambitious woman, not just Preston's ex-girlfriend or a clone.
Show, don't just tell.
Exactly. This requires an apology that speaks to her core values and demonstrates a fundamental shift in his own understanding of her.
And what an apology it is. Cooper takes Levi's advice to heart and executes this brilliant, heartfelt public confession. Where does he post it? On Boyfriend Fails, Mackenzie's very own website. The ultimate irony.
Oh, that's brilliant and incredibly vulnerable.
In it, he admits his initial deceit and expresses his deep love and profound regret. He asks for a second chance and invites her to meet him, not at some fancy restaurant, but at her hotel, the Beacon, where he has meticulously set up 2 rocking chairs on the veranda, honoring her original vision for the derelict building.
That is a grand gesture, and so thoughtful. It's an inspired act of redemption. By using Mackenzie's own platform, Cooper not only publicly acknowledges his wrongdoing and humbles himself in the most vulnerable way, but also, crucially, validates her entrepreneurial success and her public identity.
He sees her. Finally.
He shows that he truly sees and respects her for who she is and what she has built, not just for her connection to Preston. The rocking chairs at the hotel symbolize his deep understanding of her dreams and his sincere desire to build a future with her, quite literally on the very foundation of her aspirations. It's an apology that speaks directly to her heart, her ambition, and her need for authenticity. It's not just words, it's a demonstration of his transformation.
His confession is profoundly personal, vulnerable, and public. He states, "This isn't from a disgruntled girlfriend anonymously blasting her ex. It's from the boyfriend confessing his misdeeds to the world."
Takes ownership.
And go give me a second chance, princess. And if you do, I promise you this, I will never lie to you again. I will never take you for granted. I will never, for the rest of my life, forget the goddamn treasure you are.
Wow. Goddamn treasure. He gets it now.
This isn't just asking for forgiveness, it's a profound vow, recognizing her intrinsic worth. And the chosen meeting place is perfection. On what's left of the veranda, 2 matching rocking chairs sit looking out on the water. Flickering candles line the railing. He reminds her of her dream. "First time you brought me here, you told me that you pictured guests sitting out here in rocking chairs, sipping wine, watching the waves roll in."
He listened. He remembered. That matters.
His renewed vow is equally powerful. "I can't say I won't ever mess up again, but I can promise to try to be a man you deserve, to be someone you're proud of, and I will never lie to you again. Please, Mac, come home. I don't know what I am if I can't love you."
Puts it all on the line. His whole identity is wrapped up in her now.
This powerful moment, of course, it leads to their reconciliation, based now not on a plan or a revenge plot, but on honesty, shared dreams, and a deep confessed love that was earned through struggle and truth.
This act of public vulnerability and tailored reconciliation is so effective because it demonstrates Cooper's full understanding of the damage he caused and his genuine commitment to a future built on integrity. It shows Mackenzie that he is willing to publicly humble himself, not just privately apologize, which is a rare and powerful form of redemption.
Yes.
It's the breaking of his own hardened shell as much as it is an attempt to mend hers.
So Mackenzie, seeing the genuine transformation and effort, she forgives Cooper. She moves into his house with Daisy, their rescued puppy, and they begin building a life together, merging their two worlds in a tangible way.
Moving in. Big step.
They continue to argue, apparently.
Uh-huh. Of course they do.
But their arguments, surprisingly, become a source of passion and understanding, not friction. Mackenzie hires Cooper's Uncle Levi and Cooper himself to work on restoring the Beacon Hotel, bringing her vision to life and cementing their partnership.
Working together on her dream. Beautiful.
And even Evan, Cooper's once critical brother, who initially resented Mackenzie, gradually accepts her as part of their family. It culminates in him making her this truly special custom Christmas ornament.
Oh, Evan comes around. That's huge.
Yeah.
This final phase of their story beautifully illustrates that love isn't just about finding common ground, but about actively building a shared future that respects individual strengths and vulnerabilities. They effectively create this buddy system, supporting each other's dreams. It proves that true partnership thrives on mutual inspiration and an unwavering commitment to authenticity, even through continued passionate disagreements. Mackenzie's presence genuinely transforms Cooper's house into a home. It reflects the stability, warmth, and hope she brings to a place once filled with bad memories and empty rooms. The shared work on the hotel further solidifies their partnership, merging their individual aspirations into a single, collective endeavor.
Building something together, literally.
And Evan's heartfelt Christmas gift, that handmade princess ornament from the brother who once scorned her, is perhaps the most profound symbol of healing and acceptance within Cooper's family. It signifies Mackenzie's full integration into Cooper's chosen family. It proves that genuine connection and open hearts can overcome deep-seated prejudice and past grievances, breaking those generational cycles of resentment.
Mackenzie articulates her profound realization, thinking, "He breaks my heart. Living without joy, without anticipation that tomorrow can still be extraordinary, will suck the soul right out of a person. Cooper saved me from that." It's a testament to the life and passion he brought back into her world.
He woke her up.
Their arguments, which once seemed like friction, evolve into this form of intense connection. As she notes, "We argue a lot. I hate to break it to you, but we're both argumentative jackasses."
Honest self-assessment there.
It's an honest, endearing acknowledgement of their strong personalities, now working in sync, mostly. Cooper acknowledges Mackenzie's transformative impact on his home. She makes the place feel warm again, like a home rather than a house. She gives the place some life after years of bad memories and empty rooms. She just fits.
She just fits. Simple but powerful.
This isn't just about decor, it's about emotional resonance and belonging. The shared project on the hotel is a true partnership. Mackenzie tells Cooper, "I want to hire your Uncle Levi to do the work. All of it. Keep it in the family, so to speak." It's her bringing him into her dream and his family into hers.
Bridging the gap.
And Evan's acceptance is perhaps the most touching detail. He makes her this plastic figure of a girl in a pink dress. Her hair is colored black with a permanent marker, and a tiny yellow crown cut from paper is glued to her head. He tells her, "I swear I looked in 6 different stores for a princess ornament, so I made my own."
Oh, man. That's really something, effort and thought.
Mackenzie describes it as, "The sweetest thing anyone's ever done for me. It's my first real Christmas." This simple, handmade gift represents the dismantling of barriers, the acceptance into a family she chose, and the creation of a new, authentic legacy.
Tears down the townie versus clone wall completely.
Yeah. And so we conclude our deep dive into a story of 2 people from seemingly opposite sides of the tracks who, against all odds and initial deceptions, found an authentic connection. Mackenzie shed the weight of expectation to build her own empire, defined by her terms. Cooper confronted his past and his prejudices to find a love worth fighting for, transforming his own sense of self-worth along the way. Their journey reminds us that true belonging often comes from the courage to be ourselves, even when it means challenging everything we thought we knew about ourselves, our families, and the world around us.
This story truly highlights that personal growth isn't always linear or easy. It's often messy, fraught with missteps, painful truths, and difficult choices.
Definitely messy.
But In embracing those challenges and choosing to build a life defined by genuine connection, mutual respect, and shared dreams, Mackenzie and Cooper show us that the most valuable legacy isn't inherited privilege or a comfortable pre-planned path. It's a future courageously earned through authenticity and love. They built their own world, brick by brick, honest conversation by honest conversation.
It leaves us with a compelling question, doesn't it? What plan are you currently following that might not truly be your own? And what would it take for you to write your own story, filled with your own definitions of success, family, and love? Something truly worth fighting for. Yeah.
Something to ponder.
Definitely something to ponder until our next deep dive.